Be me, 29, cabinet maker. Hands always rough, smell like cedar and sawdust. Come home late from the shop, muscles ache in that good heavy way. Walk into the apartment. It's sterile. White walls, beige furniture, abstract art that costs too much and means nothing. Girlfriend is sitting at the dining table. Laptop open. Blue light reflecting on her glasses. She doesn't look up when the door opens. Set my keys on the counter. Sound echoes too loud in the empty space. Hey, I say. She holds up a finger. 1 minute, she says. Just finishing a sink. Stand there, waiting in my own kitchen. She types furiously for 30 seconds, then closes the laptop with a snap. Turns to me, smile is practiced. Not warm, efficient. We need to circle back to this morning's discussion, she says. Blink. This morning, I was half asleep drinking coffee. I don't remember a discussion. I remember you telling me the trash needed to go out. Sit down opposite her. She folds her hands on the table, like she's interviewing me for a job I already have. I feel like we're not aligned on our household KPIs, she says. KPIs, key performance indicators. In a relationship, rub my face. I took the trash out, I say. She sighs. It's a sigh that suggests I'm missing the macro perspective. It's not about the task execution, she says. It's about the mental load. It's about ownership of the domestic sphere. When I have to delegate, it drains my bandwidth. Stare at her. Bandwidth. Delegate. We are talking about a bag of garbage. I tell her, just ask me and I'll do it. She shakes her head. Asking is labor, she says. I need you to be proactive. I need you to anticipate the needs of the ecosystem. Ecosystem. Our 800 square foot apartment is an ecosystem now. Nod slowly. Okay, I say. I'll try to be more proactive. She writes something down in a notebook. Not a diary, a planner. Leather-bound. Expensive. Okay, she says. Let's pin that. Now, regarding the weekend, I have us penciled in for a brunch with Sarah and Mike. Networking opportunity. Mike is in private equity. Sarah runs a brand consulting firm. I just want to relax, I say. I've been sanding oak tables for 60 hours this week. She frowns, slightly, disappointed. We need to optimize our social capital, she says. You can't just stagnate, because I want to sleep in and maybe go to the park. Fine, I say. I'll go. Good, she says. Check mark in the notebook. She stands up. I'm going to decompress with a meditation app. We can interface about dinner in 20 minutes. Interface. She walks away. I sit there, staring at the white table. Feel like an employee who's on a performance improvement plan. But I can't quit. Because I remember how she used to be 3 years ago, before the promotion, before the MBA friends, before she started listening to podcasts about life optimization and scaling your personal brand. She used to laugh at fart jokes. She used to eat pizza out of the box. Now, everything is curated. Everything is content. Everything is a strategy. Get up. Open the fridge. Meal prep containers, labeled by day and macronutrient balance. Grab a beer. Hide the bottle in the recycling immediately so it doesn't clutter the aesthetic. Drink it standing over the sink. Weekend comes. Brunch. Trendy spot. Exposed brick. Succulents. $20 avocado toast. Sarah and Mike are there. Mike wears a vest over a dress shirt. Sarah looks like she's wearing a costume of a rich person. We sit. Conversation starts. It's not a conversation. It's a series of monologues about productivity. Mike talks about his morning routine. Ice bath at 4 a.m. Journaling. Intermittent fasting. Sarah talks about her personal board of directors. She literally has a board of directors for her life. They turn to me. So, Anon, Sarah says, how is the wood thing going? She says wood thing like I play with blocks. It's good, I say. Business is steady. Just finished a custom library for a client. Mike nods. Is it scalable? He asks. What? Can you franchise it? Can you outsource the production to Vietnam and focus on the branding? I shake my head. No, I say. I make the furniture. With my hands. That's the point. They exchange a look. Pity. They think I'm thinking small. Girlfriend jumps in. He's working on his vision, she says. We're exploring ways to leverage his craftsmanship into a lifestyle brand. Stare at her. We are? I didn't know that. I thought I was just building cabinets. She kicks me under the table. Gently, a reminder. Get on board. I stay quiet. Eat my overpriced eggs. Feel invisible. Feel like a prop in her scene. Later, in the car. She's silent. Typing on her phone. Eventually, she speaks. You were disengaged today. I was eating, I say. You didn't add value to the conversation. Value. Mike was talking about crypto for 40 minutes, I say. What value am I supposed to add? She sighs. You represent us, she says. When you look low energy, it reflects poorly on my brand. Your brand? I ask. I'm your boyfriend, not your PR rep. She turns to me. Everything is a brand, Anon. If you're not managing perception, you're losing market share. Market share of what? Of status, of opportunity. I park the car, turn off the engine. Look, I say, I'm a carpenter. I make things. I don't care about market share. I care about whether the joint holds. She looks at me, sadness in her eyes. Or maybe just disappointment. That's a limiting belief, she says. You need to unpack that. Get out of the car, slam the door. Limiting belief. Unpack. Words she learned from a slideshow. Weeks pass, tension builds, like humidity before a storm. I try to be proactive. I clean. I cook. I schedule dates. But it's never right. The restaurant isn't aligned with our nutritional goals. The movie isn't culturally relevant. The cleaning isn't systematized. Come home one Tuesday. She's not at the table. She's in the bedroom, door closed. Hear her talking. Think she's on a call. Get closer. She's not on a call. She's listening to something. A voice. Male. Smooth. Confident. Preachy. The Alpha CEO Partner Protocol. Listen through the door. If your partner isn't leveling up, they are an anchor. You are the CEO of your life. You need to audit your circle. Cut the dead weight. Optimize for growth. Feel a chill. She's not just working. She's studying. Studying how to fix me. Or how to fire me. Walk away. Sit on the couch. Look at the whiteboard she put up in the hallway. Weekly chores. Financial goals. Relationship deliverables. My name is on there. Next to plan quarterly vacation. It feels like a cage made of buzzwords and post-it notes. Next evening, she calls a meeting. Literally, sends me a calendar invite. Relationship State of the Union. 7 p.m. Accept it, because what else can I do? Sit at the table. She has a printout, a spreadsheet, color-coded. Anon. She starts. I've been doing some analysis. Look at the paper. It charts my emotional availability, ambition, and domestic contribution. There are graphs. I am trending downward. This isn't working, she says. I feel like I'm the project manager of this relationship, and you're just a contractor. I am a contractor, I say. That's my literal job. She doesn't laugh. Metaphorically, she says, I need a partner who is scaling with me. You're comfortable. Comfort is the enemy of growth. I look at her. Really look at her. She's beautiful, but she's tired. Her eyes are tight. She's vibrating with caffeine and anxiety. She's chasing something that doesn't exist. Perfection. Optimization. A life with no friction. I'm happy. I say. I like my life. I like making things. I like coming home to you. Or I used to. Before you turned our home into a co-working space. She stiffens. I'm trying to build a future, she says. No, I say. You're trying to build a resume, and you're trying to edit me into it. She slams her hand on the table. I am holding space for your potential, she yells. Why can't you step up? Why can't you be a high-impact partner? High-impact partner, that's it. The snap. Something breaks in my chest. Not my heart, my patience. I stand up, slowly. I don't want to be a high-impact partner, I say. I want to be a boyfriend. I want to be a husband eventually, but not to a CEO, to a person. She stares at me, mouth slightly open, processing, calculating the risk assessment of this conflict. I think we need to pivot, she says. Maybe take a strategic pause, evaluate our trajectory independently. A break, I say. You want a break? She nods. A strategic pause, she repeats, to recalibrate. Okay, I say. Okay. I don't argue, I don't beg, I don't promise to optimize my synergy. I walk to the bedroom, pack a bag, just the essentials, clothes, toiletries, my favorite chisel I left on the dresser, walk to the door. She's still at the table, looking at her spreadsheet, like if she stares at it hard enough, the data will change. I'm going to stay at the shop, I say. There's a loft above the workspace. She nods. Probably for the best, she says. We can circle back in 2 weeks. Set a timeline. I don't answer. I just leave. The door clicks shut. Silence. Real silence. Not the tense, air-conditioned silence of the apartment. The silence of the city night. Drive to the shop. Unlock the heavy metal door. Smell hits me. Sawdust. Varnish. Old wood. It smells like truth. Climb up to the loft. It's dusty. Mattress. On the floor. Mini fridge with 2 waters and a jar of pickles. Lie down. Stare at the exposed beams. I should be sad. I should be crying. But I feel light. I don't have to optimize my sleep. I don't have to align my chakras. I just have to close my eyes. Sleep for 10 hours. Wake up with the sun. Make coffee on a hot plate. Go downstairs. Start working. Turn on the radio. Classic rock. No podcasts. No gurus telling me I'm beta. Just Led Zeppelin and the sound of a sander. First week is weird. I keep checking my phone, expecting a calendar invite, expecting a text about relationship bandwidth. Nothing. She's sticking to the strategic pause. She's probably a /B testing her single life. I focus on the wood, making a dining table. Walnut. Live edge. Heavy. Solid. It takes patience. You can't rush the grain. You can't hack the drying process. You just have to wait and work. It's the opposite of her world. Her world is speed, growth. More. My world is deep, slow, enough. 2 weeks pass. Phone buzzes. It's her. Text. Checking in. Are we ready to debrief? Debrief. Stare at the word. It makes me nauseous. Don't reply immediately. Finish sanding the leg of the table. Blow the dust off. Smooth as glass. Then I reply, I'm not ready. She replies instantly. We agreed on a 2-week timeline. We need to close the loop. Close the loop. I put the phone down. Turn the radio up. I don't go back. Another week. She calls. I answer. Shop is loud. Turn off the saw. Hello? Anan, she says. Voice is tight. Controlled. You're being non-responsive. This is hindering our resolution process. I'm just working. I say, we need to meet, she says. I've drafted a proposal for moving forward. New parameters. Better boundaries. I listen to her. I can hear the fear underneath the jargon. She's losing control of the asset. Me. I can't do the proposal, I say. I can't do the parameters. I'm just a guy, babe. I build tables. I drink beer. I'm not a project. Silence. Then she snaps. You're settling, she yells. You're choosing mediocrity. I'm offering you a partnership of excellence, and you want to hide in your garage and play with wood. There it is, the real feeling. She's ashamed of me, because I'm not scalable. I think we're done, I say. Quietly, no strategic pause. Just done, she gasps. You can't just terminate unilaterally, she says. We have a lease? We have shared assets? I'll keep paying my half of the rent until the lease is up, I say. You keep the furniture, except the chair I made. I want that back. Hang up. Sit on a pile of lumber. Feel heavy, but free. Weeks turn into months. I live in the shop. Install a shower. Buy a hot plate. It's not a lifestyle brand. It's a life. I meet people, real people. The guy who runs the metal shop next door. The lady who runs the taco truck. We talk about the weather, about food, about nothing. Nobody uses the word synergy. Nobody asks me what my Q4 goals are. I start dating myself in a way. Not in the weird self-help way. Just figuring out what I like. I like reading sci-fi trash. I like long walks at 2 a.m. I like silence. Hear from mutual friends. She's thriving. She's pivoting. She's dating a new guy, Mike told me. Saw Mike at the hardware store. He looked tired. Said the new guy is a disruptor. Runs a startup. Biohacking or something. Sounds perfect for her, I say. Mike nods. Yeah, he says. They race each other. What? They race. Who wakes up earlier? Who makes more money? Who has lower body fat? It's intense, Mike says. He looks scared. Sounds exhausting, I say. Mike looks at my stack of lumber. Smells the cedar. Looks jealous. Yeah, he says. It is. 6 months post-breakup. I'm working late. Finishing a commission. Knock on the metal door. Loud. Frantic. Look at the clock. 10 p.m. Wipe my hands on a rag. Walk over. Open the small door. Cut into the big one. It's her. She looks different. Hair is messy. Not messy bun aesthetic. Just unwashed. Wearing sweatpants. Real sweatpants. Stained. Eyes are red. She's holding a box. Can I come in? She asks. Voice is small. No projection. No authority. Step back. She walks in. Looks around the shop. Sawdust everywhere. Tools hanging on walls. Unfinished wood. It's chaotic and warm. She puts the box on my workbench. It's your stuff, she says. I found it in the back of the closet. Old t-shirts, a book, my chisel. Thanks, I say. She stands there, shivering slightly. It's not cold. You okay? I ask. She laughs. It's a broken sound. No, she says. I'm not optimized. I'm operating at suboptimal capacity. She tries to smile. It fails. Tears start. Real tears. Not strategic tears. Ugly crying. He dumped me, she says. The disruptor. Via email. He sent me a calendar invite for relationship offboarding. Then he sent a PDF listing the reasons why I wasn't a value add to his trajectory. Stare at her. Jesus. That's brutal. She wipes her nose on her sleeve. He said my ROI was low. He said I was an energy vampire because I wanted to watch a movie on Friday night instead of brainstorming verifiable business verticals. She looks at me. Wild eyes. I just wanted to watch a movie, Anon. I just wanted to eat popcorn. I didn't want to brainstorm. Nod. I know, I say. She leans against the workbench. Touches the smooth wood of the table I'm working on. It's so real, she whispers. Everything out there is fake. Everyone is selling something. Everyone is performing. I'm so tired of performing. I pull up a stool. Sit down, I say. She sits. Shoulders slump. I tried to optimize us, she says. I thought if we were perfect, we'd be safe. If we were successful, we'd be happy. But I just drove you away. And I made myself miserable. I grab 2 beers from the mini fridge, cheap lager, crack them open. Hand her one. She looks at it. Carbs, she says. Empty calories. Then she drinks it. Long pull, half the bottle, burps. Covers her mouth. I'm sorry, she says. Don't be, I say. It's a good burp. Solid resonance. She giggles. A real laugh. Haven't heard that in years. I miss you, she says. Not the asset. You. I miss your smell. I miss how you sleep in on Sundays. I miss that you don't care about networking. I look at her. I still love her. Somewhere under the layers of LinkedIn lunacy. But I can't go back to the whiteboard. I can't go back to the KPIs. I'm not coming back to the apartment, I say. I know, she says. I'm giving it up. Too expensive anyway. I'm moving to a smaller place, near the park. No white walls. I'm going to paint them green. Good, I say. Green is good. She looks at her hands. I deleted the apps, she says. The tracking ones, the productivity ones. I unsubscribed from the podcasts. I don't want to be a CEO anymore. I just want to be Sarah. Yeah, just Sarah. We sit in silence, drinking beer, smelling sawdust. It's not fixed. Trust is broken, but the air is clear. Can I just stay here for a bit? She asks. I don't want to go home to the silence. Yeah, I say. You can stay. She curls up on the old couch I have in the corner, pulls a dusty blanket over her, falls asleep in 10 minutes, snoring softly. I go back to sanding. Rhythmic. Steady. She's not a project. I'm not a project. We're just people. Messy. Inefficient. Unscalable. And that's fine. Next morning. Wake up. She's making coffee on the hot plate. wearing one of my flannel shirts, hair still crazy. She looks terrible. She looks great. Morning, she says. Morning. I was thinking, she says. Tense up. Here comes the plan. The strategy. I was thinking we could go get pancakes. The greasy kind. And then do nothing. Absolutely nothing. Relax. Exhale. Sounds like a plan, I say. The only plan we need. We go to the diner. She orders stack of pancakes. Syrup everywhere. She doesn't take a picture of it. She just eats it. We talk about the wood. We talk about a dog we saw outside. We don't talk about the future. We don't talk about goals. We just exist. Months pass. We start dating again. Slowly. She gets a job at a nonprofit. Less money. Less stress. She wears jeans now. She threw away the planner. She writes things on sticky notes and loses them. It's chaotic. I love it. One night, at my shop, we're eating takeout on the floor. She looks at me. Serious face. Anan, she says. Yeah, I have a performance review for you. Freeze. PTSD kicks in. She sees my face, smiles. A mischievous smile. She pulls out a napkin, scribbled on it in crayon. Pros. Makes good tables. Good hugs. Smells like trees. Cons. Leaves socks on floor. Steals covers. Rating. Keeper. She slides it to me. I look at it. Best report I've ever received. I sign the bottom. Approved, I say. She leans over. Kisses me. Tastes like soy sauce and beer. Tastes like real life. No buzzwords. No leverage. Just us. And that's the only metric that matters.